Good morning, friends. Good day, good afternoon, no matter where you are in the universe. I send out a big virtual I love you and a big, big, big squishy hug. Like big. So thank you for tuning in. Today I labeled this free flow and downloads because who knows what's going to happen on the show today. I have gone out for a really long walk and yesterday, and I went with my son to the store, and it was interesting. Nice walk. I loved. Uh, he told me about how annoyed he was with certain things that were going on in movies now, and I'm like, you do know that they're putting stuff in your place so that you'll wake up to how ridiculous it is. He's like, yeah, I guess so. And he goes, but it just makes me mad. I said, well, boycott. That's the only way we can ever get away with doing anything. Realized I trashed my hands this morning. Good morning, Samantha. Good morning, Tracy. Um, yeah, I got a whole bunch of paper cuts. So this is what I was doing. I took out the majority of the charts that I've done. Hi, Denise. Um, Before or after, I should say, my October 3rd show where I had laid them all out on the floor. My friend Holly took them. Thank you so much, Holly, again, and photographed all of them. So, hi, Mud. Yes. So I have the new set of, like, some of them are in big charts and some of them are in just things that I've taken to rallies, all of that. Hello, Michelle. So yeah, I'm just putting together, I guess, kind of an organic way of going through the entire year. And I'll probably have to take down my and set it up with my other camera so I can actually take my camera off there and then go through a couple of things that are so everybody can see them up close. So, hi Tina, hi Sonia. So, anyhow, what today is really all about is this is just I have some blank canvases here too, and I didn't know if I was going to do a painting or not, or but I'm for sure going to read cards and. Just I wanted to talk about the actual I'm not going to say it, but BOMBING, and that is in we know Nashville. So I'm going to talk about this very briefly. So hello from Holland. Hi everybody from Ontario. Annette and Real Truth. So anyhow, I'm going to use, I hope this felt pen works. I have my basket of felt pens here, but it's time for a retop up. I have to go to an actual store and get some decent felt markers. So I want to just talk about a couple of things that have to do with that particular, what I've seen in the chatter. This is all just chatter. It's 333. So these are things that, this is just on a back of one of my pieces of paper. So on, I'm not gonna, oh yeah, she tweeted something about, I can read it off my phone, but it doesn't matter. I hope you can read that. And hi, Kevin. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Hi, Dana. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, everybody. And I'll just call you Neb for now. But hi, Sandra. Hi, Denise. Okay, so this person here tweeted. I hope that's dark enough. See if that's okay. Tweeted on December 24th something about don't go to. Oh, you can see it. Okay, great. Said something about Nashville. I hope I'm spelling it in Christmas. Not good. I'll just paraphrase. Okay. So, and then when was the actual thing on Christmas Day, right? The thing happened. So, at some point there was the which I love. Okay, those two words. Um, yeah, stay away. Oh, she said, I know some of you are okay. Stay away from TN on Christmas. That's what it is. Okay, so hello everyone. So, and then we saw this, which I equated it to that funny meme that went around. Okay, with the guy from Canada. I believe he's Canadian. I hope I spelled his name right. Anyways, so this was apparently what happened. But there was video cameras um, that there was alarms and alerts. Stay off street. Okay. And then, so I saw, I'll just say where I'm going to draw this dumb building thing here. This is the street, a really bad version of it. So we'll just say that apparently this thing was right here. See, there you go. There's a quick little, okay. And that apparently went, that's not what happened. Because there's a video camera pointing and there's I believe a car here. And apparently there was somebody walking their little dog, and their little dog too. There's the tail. Okay, it's a funny looking dog, but whatever. So they were walking somewhere around here when that happened. I call BS on this whole baloney, what happened with this particular thing. There was none of that, okay? So what I believe happened is we saw a blast right about here, okay? The whole streets were cleared off. If this, actually when it happened, it was all cleared off. I believe it was kind of like set up, maybe like a movie set or something. And what was under here was not only these, but around this area were these things, okay? Tabulators. Okay. So this whole incident to me personally was one of these. Oops. Yeah, I get dyslexic and ahead of myself. Okay, for a couple of reasons. I'm going to switch my thing up here. Okay. Pay 50 cents for these papers. I got to use both sides. Out of the way. So, to me, oh, you don't know what we're talking about. Oh, you're in your own world. Oh, that's good. So, apparently, there was a big explosion in Nashville. Okay. So, I know there was, but I don't know there was because I've only seen footage of it. I didn't go to the site myself. So. But anyhow, what I'm saying is now we've seen a lot of things happening where you can see, I'm just going to draw these two buildings again or whatever they are in my world. You see a happen right here. That's what I think it was, or one of these things that causes a minimal amount of direct damage, okay? So it probably cratered something underneath here, I'm guessing, and not only on these streets, okay? Now we're going to talk about a timeline, okay? A timeline. In my timeline, okay, yes, fiber, yes, I'll just put those. Thank you. So I hope you can read that. So there was a lot of stuff stored here. So in my timeline, what I think is way back to, I'll say, when this happened. Okay. I think in my timeline, and many of you that are awake will agree that this person, okay, was arrested. All right. Okay. Oh, and this too. Thank you, Carolyn. I like people who chime in. Okay, so if you look at the timeline of just this video happening that we've all seen, and then you look at all of the things that have actually happened from this date forward, where something like this has happened, okay? If you look at it like that, and then you look at who actually tweeted, and we know that they are one of this, if you don't know what that is, okay, we believe that to be true, then all bad actors replaced with good. Okay, so this means their accounts, their all this crap. Okay. Now, my theory is you can't see it on the screen. Okay, I'm gonna try and move it closer. There. Hopefully that shows up. Okay. So my whole theory with this is that if all of this has happened from this date, okay, then this was something done to prevent something catastrophic from happening to us in another timeline, okay? By my theory only, okay? We can call it whatever. My theory, because the only people that have been harmed go back to this one, whoops, here, draw a little, and my stick dog. This is how good I do stick figures. So apparently these two things were the only two, plus the guy in who had that thing there, were injured. Okay. So this is why I personally, in my timeline, think it was done by this to prevent something under here from damaging all of the I hope you can see this. Okay. That makes sense? So this is my theory alone. It's just my opinion. It's my art channel. This is what we talk about, my art. So I think personally, what might have been down here is something, this is going to be a really rough version of, okay, and here's the nail. It might have been something that had to do with this thing. This is only my theory. Okay. I'm not alone. Okay, good. Okay. So this is just personally what I think is going on, what we're seeing right now with a lot of this fear porn. Okay. Oops, me and my OCD. My OCD isn't nearly as bad as it was before. Man, have I had to get over some stuff this year, like germs right off the bat. I was a hand washer before, but I actually reverted back to living on a farm where I just picked up everybody's. You feel like you're in class. Oh, yay. Well, it's just my theories. These are just my theories based on my own stuff. So this is what I think is happening right now. Okay. Now, I'll call it, just for ease and flow, and okay, just for ease and flow, maybe to help people along. And we'll call this right here. Okay, so personally, what I've been experiencing, and we've all been experiencing here on this lovely planet for the last thousands and thousands of years, because of planetary alignment, have kept us in this state. Okay. So some of the things that have been happening over even this year is what's been happening in my world is we have been shown all of this stuff. Okay. And we have been shown okay, and we were shown these, and we were shown and we're going to talk about this a little bit right here because it's important. So I'm going to draw that first. So what we have been living through on our planet in the easiest way in the old timeline, and that's what we're being shown right now, is this timeline of what was to happen, what is happening, and how easy it is to lock everybody into, they don't know it, but it's happened. Okay. So how we've been treated our whole life is this. We just didn't realize it. So what we're breaking out of right now is this entire thing in some form, some way. Okay. So if we look at our old paradigm, that we're not even on this thing here, not even close, not anywhere near. So what's happened to our whole lives is we've been from little teeny weeny babies all the way up to hold on, I got a broken back apparently. All the way up from working so hard. And so when we were babies, our parents didn't know when we were born that when they registered us, they put us into this system, okay? This system of information and money here, okay? By what's called, the easiest way I can put it, is making money out of thin air. And this happened when the I can't say a lot of these words because I get flagged. Now, when this was created through a process of staged insurance fraud accidents, like the Olympia or Titanic, and that was probably the biggest one heading up. But what that did was it allowed this system to put us all into a digital, okay? So what we're being shown right now is how the people here at the top have monopolized us our entire lives, okay? And where this other overlapping system, that's all the computer stuff. And they connect each other to right here and they talk. So key holders, that's when we hear that there's a key. That's what they're mentioning. I believe that's all been broken down personally over the last 20, 30 years, okay, through a different system. And we're going to talk about that right now. Okay. So from this year, moving forward, what's happened is this whole system was broken and rewritten computerly in my digitally, I guess. Okay. And this whole technology isn't even from this planet, in my mind. Doesn't exist on this planet. It holds itself. So here's the planet in a frequency like this, like what our hearts vibrate off, these vortices of just swirling. Okay. So this is where the new technology resides in. And this right here is truth time. Now, what we're going through and what we're seeing in all of these okay, what we're going through right now is people waking up to the shift of that happening. And then the fact that on this date at 10 a.m., there was supposed to be an announcement. I'm spelling this right. Of oh, I'm gonna screw this up. I'm sure. Securities. And oh, you know what it is anyways. I'm just gonna put it there. So there's a number of things on this that basically takes this whole system down. So this was supposed to be announced. Then they're like, let's give it to them on this date. Okay. But what actually happened, we all know. So it was to take down this whole thing. That was the second biggest, largest insurance scam on the planet since the one in 1913, 1912, whatever it was. So anyways, what we're moving through right now is them showing us what would have happened to us had we not woken up. This is the timeline that I'm seeing here that we've already moved out of. So anything with happening, it's to draw your attention to what happened here and how this was created and how the whole system of this that is going to be moved to okay. So what we're seeing right now is them fighting any way they can to talk about this. Oh, we've got to look at the economy. It was so tragic, blah, 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 blah. No, it's not. There are certain small businesses that have lost money. There are a lot of small businesses that have lost money and had to close, but that is to wake you up to how this is being dismantled. It's been a hardship for many people, my family included, like some people in my family going to food banks and shit like that this year. It's been brutal, but it is to show you how all of this made 1% of the Earth's population rich. The other thing that we're breaking out of is the fact that a lot of these things have already been announced. We've had executive orders. The one from this year, November 2nd, 2020, pretty much rewrites education, the whole education system and in the United States, and that is going to have a ripple effect on the rest of the world. Why, you ask? Because it's teaching about the actual truth as to what's happened, not what they taught us in a box. So we're seeing this timeline. People who don't want to accept the truth are still being pulled into this negative stuff. I've been saying this for months as well. So, and so all of this that's happening is to prevent you from finding out, period, that we're about to be financially released worldwide. Because the banks that were bombed from Obama were the ones that weren't attached to this. So they were trying to squeeze out the oil dollar because this whole thing is built on oil, was built on oil money. Until this year, as you know, what happened to the oil prices? They went below zero. That was part of the collapse of this in my eyes. Okay? So we're going to free, period. That's the only way I can say it. Infinite. It will take steps. The biggest one is because we've all been burdened in the system by fake stuff going on, it will be a shock to people. First of all, what are people going to think when they have income taxes? They no income taxes. They'll be like, he did that for us? Wow. So everything that we're seeing right now with the, I can't even write the word. Let's put it here. Canada is a part of it. This is why you're seeing things go on in Venezuela, because they're a part of it. Okay. So what I personally is, yes, everybody does need to research A Warrior Calls. He's good. Christopher James is very good. Thank you, Denise. So anyways, what we're seeing right now, and I will not explain this any better than, yes, drawing pictures. So I can, this is how I do my charts. Okay, so what I personally am seeing right now is everything that has to do goes back to an executive order on, I believe, September 18th, maybe. of 2018. Correct me if I'm wrong. Where it's interference. And this goes to corporations. Foreign. I'm probably spelling this wrong. Sorry. Anyways, so what we're seeing here is everyone who's involved in any sort of, from 2016, at least in my eyes, going back to the very first thing, I'm going to write something very bold. Okay. In my eyes, they have everything on everyone, including you and 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 you, on the entire planet. Okay. Everything we've ever done. No matter if it was on camera, off camera, on a phone, on a text, everything has been recorded by, well, I'll just say these three primary agencies. Okay. And not to mention them. So to use against us. So all of the things that you're seeing now and things that are going to come across as people are like, oh, when's disclosure? Well, it's happening right now. We're seeing it. That's what we're going through right now, is these little tidbits of things going into play. So when we see this happening and being kicked in so that they can take down these people, anybody bad in these people, so we can have, and it's part of is like this. It's kind of the same as this. So we have rights, okay? So what we're seeing now in the United States is all of the bad people, because they have everything. It's 11:11 now because my alarm just went off. I'm very grateful to everybody being in my feed right now and being with me. I actually had 111 viewers when that happened, so that was very cool. Anyhow, so what we're seeing right now is when they say this word, when Sydney says this word, it's literally corrupt, 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 dismantle, 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 dismantle. There's been over 300 new judges. Over 300. Okay. So when you have that many people replaced, to me, they're getting retrained in this. So that is again from this date, or January, what was it, 20th of 17. Okay. When he took office. So a lot of things basically have been changed and improved since then. So, and the economy is built on that old paradigm. So the dismantling of that old paradigm of this, because it's a corporation, okay, offshore, so is the IRS, okay, it's a Puerto Rican trust company. I'm spelling everything wrong. Sorry, I'm like dyslexic. And they all reside on the same street. Okay? They all live on the same street with the same set of rules, just like in the Vatican. Okay? So all of these people that have like Lloyd's of London, all these banks, all of these things, where their head offices are in London on a street, with their own set of laws, that's been dismantled too. So we're seeing here them showing us through whistleblowing, through videos that have been sent through a laptop, all the things they have been doing in the past 4 years. Okay? This is just a general, they have everything on everyone, period. The reason they do, I personally think, that we have all not only have like I'll just put our DNA here and draw a little human here. I think we all have some sort of nanobot technology within us that relays and bounces off signals, just like in a true matrix where, you know, when you're watching the matrix and you can see the grid, like where it looks like they're laser reading everybody. That's how come they can see what we're doing no matter where we are on the planet doing. We could hide in the bushes and they'd still know what we were doing. So, but this is all being dismantled, this whole technology and everything. So this is all they're showing us, period. So when they say release this, it's show everybody what's going on. So we're seeing pictures of people and like Giuliani with Steve Bannon and Miles Go, and all of these people are now getting into pictures together. So we can see what's happening. So this is what disclosure, I think, is going to look like this whole entire time. So anyways, that's the same thing that's happening in every country. So you need to ask yourself in your own situations, like even in my province. So about they're talking about organ donation. And I don't believe organ donation is going to be a thing, or abortions in our new paradigm, because nobody wants to harm another person and nobody wants to take a life. There's med beds, there's ways that you don't even have to ever get pregnant again. So naturally. So it's like you can help it'll cleanse off your DNA. That's how I look at it. So a lot of what we're going through right now is the worst things that people are going to have to wake up to. Like, what is going to trigger these people into waking up at some, oh, Nashville was bombed and Taylor Swift knew about it? What happened? So that's literally the timeline that I'm kind of living through. Is like, I don't pay any mind to that. I just share the information to help hopefully wake up somebody else. So what kind of gong show we're seeing right now? And I find a lot of things interesting. Like, so we found out all this year about these oh, now I'm on good paper. Okay, I'll just call them as for, okay, we found out about all the bad ones. Okay, we're slowly finding out now who was sent here. Uh, but I think they're all truly these. And we might even be too, the more we get further down the road. Okay. So I think right now we're being shown people like, I'll put her whole name. And this is my favorite one to talk about. And I'll put her name. Whoops. I've got such problems spelling. I really have to stop and think about what I'm doing. Anyways, so this is the one I want to talk about right now, because I just saw a link that has these two having a child together, and it's supposed to be, which would be interesting. I don't think I spelled that right. But anyways, so Now, my question is, or my questions is, if these people were finding out about, say, all of these, and I'll put the most obvious person, okay, here, and his bloodline, and how these people were related or have gone through their previous lives or whatever. So the more we learn, it gives me so much more faith in the plan. Because the people that were born in 1961 and a few others have literally come back here. So if you think about these things and how we've all found each other through our, however you want to call these, I'll just put vibes, okay? So we're all here in this time right now in this place because we all are listening to the same sort of, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Frequencies. Okay, so if we are all getting our DNA cleaned, then to me it's logical to think that this is the time where we are finding out more and more how we're this, and we're going to see how these are here to help us through this cleansing. And I can assure you that even in the last 3 weeks, I've been having the craziest of dreams. And this is why I've been online a lot, because I'm really trying to have an understanding of what's taking place even in my collective consciousness myself. I've been literally getting downloads of these arrangements for years going by that brings all of these people back together in harmony to release us to freedom and light. Okay. So, and what I mean by this is not someone who you're related to, generally speaking. The reason I'm saying that is because think about each one of us and our struggles through our own meat suit in this year, like this year alone, and how we've had to overcome a lot of our reputation, our personality, and stick to our truths to get over to this paradigm of pure unconditional love. That's what I feel for the entire planet, of a do no harm. Okay. This entire way going forward is do no harm. And we all vote on that with our hearts. Okay. Do, 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 do. So to me, our soul families, we made billions and billions of years ago an agreement with our parents to be born to them in this time, in this place, so we could wake up to the struggles that we had on this earth. Now, I'm just using my own example. My parents were not the best parents in the whole wide world. They just weren't, period. A lot of us can, I struggled a lot. I never felt like I had a home, and I always felt like I was from seriously another planet. When I was a fairy and I lived in the forest. The reason we're given these families and these lessons is so we could wake up right now. End of story. And we would have these things to reflect on as challenges, like in a video game that we all overcome. So our avatars, this whole life in this biological entity, our little pineal gland, ages ago, made a galactic arrangement with us all to come back here now in this space, in this time, so we could help our brothers and sisters be welcomed into the new love and light universe. I got goosebumps all over when I said that. So, and Tesla is exactly. And there's a reason why all these movies are coming out now too. And I'm going to bring out all the movies that I saw come out over the Christmas holidays. Talk about one on Netflix or Disney, Soul. If nobody's seen that movie, please go watch it. It I don't think, how can I say this? That's not something that these people would want you to necessarily know about. Okay? Is how we have these lessons that we go through and whatever, however they talk about this movie. So to me, there's elements of that movie that are very true. So that, and why did the movie Tesla come out? Last year, The Mandela Effect came out. There's a lot of movies that are very telling. The series Travelers, Timeless, the OA, like these are all giving us explanations into what we are not only capable to, but what we're opening up to. So a lot of movies, I believe, are from people in our soul family who are pushing through. No, this needs to be still be heard, just like I'm feeling like the need to talk to you all right now. If that makes sense. So I'm fully believing that we are already in this beautiful paradigm, and all we're seeing is people releasing the energies that these guys are screaming about because they have no authority over us. Okay, that even goes to these ridiculous tickets that are being handed out. I think 15 or 16 $1,200 fines were handed out on the Calgary city stairs of freedom fighters on last Saturday on the 26th, I believe. So if they're not at the mall when the mall is open and there's thousands of people walking around through the mall, yes, they're all masked. So what? They're still social gathering. They're standing in line. They're like, it was really very busy. So why aren't they getting tickets there? Because how many teenagers do you know? Oh, I'll meet you at Boxing Day shopping. I used to do it all the time. So that's a social gathering. Why aren't they getting tickets? It's to wake us up because we, the freedom fighters here in our city, for sure, have been. We love the police. We love the police. We support the police. We don't want you defunded. We don't want any of that bad stuff. Well, what's the biggest eye opener? Them turning on a hockey player and the freedom fighters. Wake up, folks. This isn't about a VIRUS. This is literally about so much more. So we're just being distracted by all of these things in lockdown. So more information will not be found out. End of story. So, but yes, that's where I'm at with that. We are one big, crazy, happy family. Can I list the movies? I will. What did you miss? Oh, so much. Replay. I'm just kidding. But anyways, so that's my story and I'm sticking to it. We're all waking up to who we were, what planet we're from, and our bodies will be healed with these. So the more we do the internal work to clean up our own DNA by like detoxification through your diet, exercise, proper meditation, and getting like at least 20 minutes outside a day. It's super important. I honestly, if that's all you do is go for a walk for 20 minutes every day, you're welcome. Like, don't take anything other than maybe a smoke and a bottle of water and be on your way. You're welcome. And go hug at least 2 trees. So, but yes, so the movies that I think people should be tapping into are the things if you want to kind of wake up your family is Conspiracy on Netflix and say, wow, isn't this interesting? Because there's a whole pile of stuff that is going to bring down the ship that's on that series. Same with, there's probably about 5 of them. I think it's Interview with the MOSSAD. Watch that. The other one that really uplifting that I really liked was Soul, and that's on Disney. And there was another one. Oh, Lego Movie 2 sucked, by the way. My son and I watched it the other day. It just sucked. And I did not see Will Ferrell's face in it. And they used his voice. I say that very term, very digital replication of it, what I believe. So what we're seeing right now is a lot of this being dismantled through pre-recorded stuff and these little things, or some people call them this. And if you watch Travelers on Netflix, this kind of makes sense. This is, I think, how they're explaining what happens when your subconscious gets taken over. Okay, so um, every time you watch Conspiracy, my Netflix cuts out. That's funny. Yeah. Well, don't worry about anything. People are going to be coming to you, I swear, because we're doing the work. We're doing all the work. And we don't want to harm people in the new. I told you so is harmful, and it comes from a place of ego. Oops, that sounded funny. Sorry about that. It wasn't me. So the I told you so's aren't helpful. They're just in a place for a lower vibration. So all we can do right now is focus on the love vibes. Yes, there's so many people that are the CLONE words, because all bad actors have been replaced with good actors. All, not some, all. So in my mind, these are all just visual representations of dismantling or what happened over the last 4 years. And we're going to see a lot of it look like it happened tomorrow or the next day or whatever, because it's all just recorded. So yes, got the dook, dook, dook. Time to get off, Raven. Get off your YouTube. I'm working downstairs. Bing, 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 bing. Okay, I'm going to do a card reading because I love you all. So, oh, I didn't realize. Here, I'll show you all my back tattoo. Well, I'm there. So I can thank, there, it's a raven. My friend Shane, I'll just call him my friend, in Manitoba, tattooed that on me. Yes, I'm a water bearer too. I'm all about the love vibes. So getting through a lot of what's going on is just, you got to shift your energy. So that's it. So thank you. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna place ourselves in our highest of love and light out of here, so that we can clearly see, think, feel, know the divine messages that wish to come through this reading. Oh, there's one. Busy card. Da, da, da. I've been humming Age of Aquarius. My son's like, stop it. There, I said stop it, and a card popped out. So there. All right. What am I creating today? Oh, I don't know. I might paint later this afternoon and do another winter scene, because A, it's easy, and B, it's relaxing, and C, somebody else had asked me if I was selling this one, and not this one, but the one I did for Kelly and Wes. And I'm giving it to Kelly and Wes. So, but yes. So here's with the card reading today. Look at my spot here. That thing, it's because I slept with my hand on my face. I can't imagine people wearing masks around their face. I put colloidal silver on it. Okay, here's the first card. I'm not even going to tell you. What do you think it was by the look on my face? I'm sending you the vibe, seeing if you can pick it up. Okay. So Any guesses about what the first card was? Okay, good. Now we've had both of these. Oh man, Denise, you're right about the second card, but nobody was right about the first card. So, first card, the eagle. Hooray! The second card was the burden card. Denise, good call. Okay. These are amazing cards. Yes. Moving forward. Okay, here we go. So the eagle is about spirit, integrity, connection to the angelic realm. The inner work again. When the eagle appears, it is a true signal of your connection to the angelic realm. With the angels' help and guidance, you can soar above life to see the larger vista. The eagle helps you make your choices accordingly with integrity. When you pray to your angels, they will always answer, for they patiently wait for you to call upon them for assistance. The angels reside beside you, always hoping to aid humankind in finding peace and manifesting abundance and prosperity. The eagle also asks you to remember to soar high above life and look at the big picture. Don't get caught up in the tiny, unimportant aspects of life. The spiritual world is the real one. Your physical life is the dream. When the eagle appears, it's also a signal for prayer, a time for a moment in consciousness to connect with the divine. Remember that you're always protected and divinely directed if you follow the guidance of spirit as it appears in the form of an eagle. Boom, yeah. So, uh, burden. What burdens are you carrying on this part of the journey? Are you transporting those of others out of generosity or codependency? Is this burden so heavy that it slows you down? I literally just said this yesterday to somebody. Okay, this marker asks you to stop and look at your responsibility, your commitments, and all that brings you on your journey. Are you clinging to an unhealthy relationship out of fear? Are you taking on the burden of others to prevent them from getting hurt? Do you know that this enables others to avoid learning from their life lessons? It doesn't really help at all. Drawing this marker encourages you to release others to their own path. It may be a time for you to ask if you're helping because you like being needed. If the answer is yes, then it's truly a message to let go of this burden, for it is born of self-centeredness, ego. Okay, release this burden of others to the divine. They have also their own angels and God, just as you do. Trust in the divine plan for all. Boom, another one. On the sacred path to Avalon, you must be aware that you pack all essential wisdom tools you will need to chart your course: integrity, kindness, compassion, discernment, discretion, faith, forgiveness, truth, and love are all but some of them. Once your tools are counted, see the rest of what you're hanging on to is appropriate. This is the time to leave behind any unnecessary burdens. Lay your burdens down and to know you have the strength and to carry what is yours. Oh, okay. So Kim says, I think it'll be a butterfly. I'm just gonna, there's a card, a couple of cards, and I'm just gonna pull the second one because it seems to be busier than the first one. And it's not, but because it's a dragon. And that's about power and strength. Perfect card. After the burden. The dragon comes to offer you its power and strength, protect and fortify you on this leg of your journey. The dragon symbolizes true power and reminds you that this infinite source is not found within your personality or ego. True power resides deep within your soul. So call on the dragon's spiritual power and strength, and you will find a vast resource to strengthen your resolve. Through mortality, the integrity, the dragon will restore them to you. Remember that the power of the spiritual world can never be broken. Okay? And its true strength is found within, not in the outside world. Never mistake a gentle man for a weak one. Watch for a signal. The dragon always makes the next step clear, and it gives you the power to take it. Exactly. Don't let them ruin your vibes. That's perfect. So amazing card reading. Yay. So anyhow, where are you guys all at with the day here? Yes, love their higher selves too. That's super important. So I might come back and do some painting later because, ooh, you were born in 61. Hooray. A lot of interesting people were born in 61. Gasoline Maxwell was born in 61 too, I think. So it's interesting. I'm going to have to look up famous people that are born in 1961 and make a big list. So, but yes, I was born in the summer of 69. I think that song was written for me. Yeah, just kidding. So I love you guys all. Light and love to you on your journey. And thank you for tuning in. Another fine free flow form of uh, loosely charting. See, now you know how long it takes me to do charts when I'm on my flow. Really an hour of just, these are all whatever. So our soul family, from my soul family to this big group soul family, I love you. I don't think that will be happening. I think again in the new moving forward, we're going to hear a lot more of disclosure. And I want to talk about the PLOT against the PRES movie. If you haven't watched it already, you can find it, I think, on Flixer. And you have to write out the whole words. But that is a really good movie about what's happened in the last 4 years in the Russia collusion timeline. So, anyways, have an awesome day. I might come back on later and paint, even within the next hour or two. We'll see. Um, yeah, I had a wonky sleep last night, so yeah. But what? Uh, don't answer to the door if they come. Yeah. Well, this is exactly. Honestly, oh, thank you. Yes, I do feel like you guys are on my big fam jam. So thanks for being in my frequency and appreciating my frequency because I appreciate yours and I'm truly grateful. So light and love on your journey today. Don't forget to get out and walk and do your meditations, focusing on light, love. Even if you're walking and like light and love, light and love, light and love with every footstep, and making up some of your own music in your head, like even get a little reggae jam or something in there. We do need to prepare. So put on your suits of light and love more and more each day. And we'll all learn to heal the world and make it a better place together. We are all in it together and we are all responsible for our own heart vibes and how we're raising each other up. So let's do it with integrity, compassion, and the utmost respect for the people that are still unfortunately sleeping because it's going to be a rough ride for them. So let's help each other out. Light and love, everybody. Take care.